1 2 1 2, and we're back. Welcome back to Daryl D TV, and we are back with another Prince bootleg video. Now, if you're anything like me, you're a huge Prince fan. Yes, I happen to think that Prince was and is the greatest musician in music history. That's the way I'm going to describe him. Um, and I just want to share today another bootleg Prince vinyl record with you guys today. Now, I have shot these videos before, so you will find there's maybe three other videos at least where I showcase some of my Prince bootleg vinyl from my collection. I've been collecting his vinyl, just his vinyl in general, for many years, and he has a very extensive bootleg collection, and that's what we're going to talk about just for a few minutes today. So, the one I want to share with you today, as you can see, is simply entitled Congratulations, Mr. Prince. And this particular bootleg is, I guess you could call it a compilation of sorts. Um, this one came with just a blank black label uh, piece of vinyl there. No information. I'll show you on the back in just a second, but this was made in Germany. It says made in West Germany. And a lot of Prince bootlegs actually were pressed up in Europe. I have several that came from Europe, as far as I know. That's where most of them came from. So let's dig into this one a little bit. The first song on here is actually Party Up, and it is taken from when Prince performed on Saturday Night Live. Now, it doesn't give a year for that, and I'm not familiar with that performance. That had to have been way back in the 80s sometime. Back then, when I was watching Saturday Night Live, it was just to see Eddie Murphy. The rest of the show I didn't really have anything to do with, and I was, young back then, so I certainly don't remember that. Was a Prince fan back then, but didn't see him on TV a lot. Just mostly radio and magazines back in those days. So for those of you who are familiar with that performance, that's on this album. Now let's talk about, just for a second, let's talk about sound quality. With most bootlegs, the sound quality is pretty horrible. This Saturday Night Live performance, it sounds like someone was sitting in the audience with the tape recorder. It's not, the sound quality is not great, but it's good enough. For those of you who are regular connoisseurs of bootlegs, it's kind of like your average sounding, bootleg. Kind of sounds like it was recorded from the audience or something like that. So, just overall, the sound quality on this entire album is pretty bad. Pretty, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 5. That's still pretty good. 5, 6 maybe. Which brings us to the second song featured on here, which is Purple Rain. And it's the performance from the 27th Grammy Award. So that still puts us back in the, mid to late 80s. I remember that performance very well. He killed it. I'm sure you can go on YouTube and find that performance, but that was on here. Now this one, the sound quality is slightly better. If I had to guess, I would say that someone recorded it on VHS and then took the audio off the VHS and transferred it to this vinyl. So not great, maybe a step or two up from the rest of the album, but still cool nonetheless. Next up is Baby I'm a Star. is the third song on here, and that was taken from 1985 from the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. And I believe the person that's actually announcing or introducing Prince to the crowd is the father of Wendy. Wendy or Lisa, I forget. But their father was the one that was actually introducing Prince and the band to everyone. So that again, that was the Shrine Auditorium in L.A., 1985. The last song on side one is actually an acoustic version of "For the Tears in Your Eyes," taken from Live Aid, which was July of 1985. Any of you guys remember Live Aid, which was like a tribute, a huge tribute concert that was supposed to aid, was that the farmers, I think it was, or I forget. I was young back then. 85, I wasn't even in high school yet. But it was a huge benefit concert. It was big news all over the world. It was huge. I don't even remember exactly where it was, but there were a number of huge names on that bill, and they raised a lot of money. Other than Prince, the only one I remember being on that show was Run DMC. And that is on a bootleg somewhere. I might have it. Anyway, so that's an acoustic version of Live Aid. That's all the songs on side A, side one, whatever you want to call it. Side two, there's three songs on side two. They're all taken from the Capitol Center in Landover. I don't even know where that is. It kind of sounds like Canada, but I have no idea. Somebody help me out with that. And that was that was recorded, or I should say he performed that on November 13th, 1984. The songs he did was "I Would Die for You," "Baby I'm a Star," and "Take Me With You." For those of you who are old enough, you know that was when the Purple Rain movie came out, and when the album came out, and it was like the biggest thing ever back in those days. I was certainly too young to go see the movie, but the songs were all over the radio, all over television, all over the award shows. And yeah, Prince was running things back then. Prince and Michael Jackson were running things back then. Nobody in that era was even touching either one of those guys. So let me show you a picture of Prince on the back. And then, like I was saying, you got the Made in Germany, West Germany sticker on there. So yeah, German pressing. Set this up here like this. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this one. If you're a fan of bootlegs, if you're a fan of Prince, and you want to hear more about his bootleg vinyl, just tune into the channel. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 other videos you might want to go back and check out. And I'll definitely be doing more videos highlighting more Prince bootlegs, because my collection is pretty extensive. It's very nice, if I do say so myself. So thank you for joining me. This is Daryl D, and we'll see you next time with the greatest of all time. Am I lying? Peace.